that cough that I had, and that sore throat that I had, and the headaches that I had, they were fucking bad. And that cough hurt like a motherfucker. So I could understand why the death rate is as high as it is in the United States and in other places.
Is it
So I get
though?
it.
Is it?
Well, I'm not sure, but like I could just looking at the data and stacking it up against what the symptoms that I had, I can understand why it kills people. The same thing with the swine flu. When I got sick with the swine flu back when that was going around, I was so sick I could totally understand why it was killing children and the immune compromised. So,
I also think
yeah.
that we are very like powerful with our brains and our thoughts, and the whole sugar pill thing can really come into effect with like, the pumping of the narrative behind COVID, right? It's like so powerful and and everybody's gonna die, and then like you get it, and your brain is probably immediately like, oh my god, I have this COVID thing, and then theoretically your brain, like, you could make it worse in your head than it actually is upon first symptoms, and like make yourself believe that you're sicker than you are. I'm not saying your case specifically, I'm saying in general. Like, our brains could make us believe certain things, and that's why people might have a hard time. Like, man, I was in bed for like a month and like I was just dragging myself, that
My mom and
that
boyfriend.
those are symptoms of depression and shit, bro. Like,
Yeah. No, and I get that, but my mom and her boyfriend, they had that cough for a solid month, and this is before COVID hit over here as hard as it did. And they didn't
no,
think
I'm
they
not
had
saying
it
that
at
they didn't.
all.
I'm saying in
And
general.
so,
I'm saying in general,
so
like,
what
as COVID being a thing, right? If they were pumping it as this big thing, because we all know like the numbers that came out and the things that are happening like aren't what they initially anticipated. So like,
the percentage of people that are getting it isn't what people thought it was going to be. The numbers are high, and they'll continue to be around, but they're not as high as we had anticipated. It's like, and especially in certain counties, the chances of you getting it are low, and then the chances of you like having any kind of severe complications are very, very small. But the thing is that people love to be, I think that humanity in a lot of respects loves to be scared. I think we love to be freaked out, and it being scared of whether it be the terrorists or the Mexicans or COVID or whatever the flavor of the year is for what to be scared as Americans is really in our DNA to be like freaked out. And
it's what kept us alive for so many years.
well, yeah, and now it's like it's easy to, it's such a, fear is something that like it hits us on such a primal level, that like it's easily manipulated, and people either rightfully or wrongfully so really gravitate towards that. And it sucks, man, because I remember maybe it was probably 2004, 2005, and there was a little girl getting her hair washed at my work, and she was super freaked out about terrorists and terrorism and the terrorists coming to get her. And I told her, I said, hey, you got nothing to worry about. I was like, trust me, the terrorists aren't coming to get you. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about that. That you're 8 years old. Don't even let that freaking get in your brain. And me telling her that scared her worse than the thought of terrorists coming near her, because I think it was the idea of like, this person is telling me the exact opposite of what I've been told in school and what my parents are saying and what everybody that I know that's a smart person. And obviously this person is smart enough to have this job and be doing as well as they are. It just totally threw her through a loop. So I think that people just really, really what it comes down to is people want to be scared, and that's why, like, literally, I'm not kidding you, 20% of my business hasn't come back. 20%. So those people are all freaked out. And I will be honest with you, there's a few of those people that have told me that they were scared about Mexicans raping them or murdering them or robbing them. Like, straight up, like, I have like old clients, and they have some backwards ass fucking beliefs, man. It's fucking scary. And it's like with one in particular, I'm thankful that she's old enough to where her ideals and her beliefs are going to die with her, or at least more of that's going to fucking die off with her. But yeah, man, people are just scared of like, they're not scared of what they should be scared of. And they're scared of shit that they're told to be scared of, or the perceived threat, you know?
Yeah, I'm almost ready to just go get a fucking farm somewhere and just grow vegetables and shit and just.
I mean, there's ups and downs with everything, man. You know, there's nothing is going to be as you know, just anywhere you go or anything you do. You know, there's a couple guys that I watched who were YouTubers in China, and you know, they went to China for their to live prosperously and
Sounds terrible.
To do all this stuff, and at first it was all sunshine and rainbows, and then they both had to flee the country, and they had to duck the government for a long time, you know. So it's like, you know, there's pluses and minuses to everything, and there's you know, a flip side to everything too, you know. Nothing is
the minuses are definitely stacking up in this country. I'll tell you that.
They have been. And, you know, there's other places that you can live, you know. It's unfortunate because, like, a lot of these places that you can live and it's a better or a happier place to live. They don't fucking want you, you know, like all the Norwegian countries. Like, as an American, like, unless you have like a very valuable skill that you can go over there and like really, you know, already have a leg up and just be, hey, I'm willing to take my services to your country and live, you know, and you're not going to have to float me along for a while. They don't fucking want you, you know. Same thing with like at a lot of cities in Canada. I knew a kid, actually, I think you might have knew him too. But I knew a kid that moved to Montreal, of all places in Canada, thinking that he was going to make it in Montreal because Canada is a better country and getting the fuck out of the United States. And he couldn't find a job. He fucked up because he didn't speak that much French, and he basically was homeless. And it got to the point where it was wintertime and he was homeless in the winter, and his family had to go over there and fucking find his ass because he didn't have a phone or nothing. So they had to track his ass down and fucking bring him back to the States. But, you know, it was the idea of it being a better way of life. And, you know.
Well, sounds like he was just being stupid.
But, you know, people do that too in California. You know, they come from all over the world, well, mostly all over the country, thinking that they're going to make it big in the weed industry, you know, and then they get here and realize that the weed industry is either just totally overrun with people that have been doing it for years, or certain cartels that were able to get legitimized.
I think it's anything. I think you could apply that logic to anything. If you want to do something bad enough, you'll figure it out. Point blank period.
Yeah, if you have the right tools to succeed, you know.
Sure.
And you know enough people that can help you out, you know. I couldn't have made it in LA if I didn't have friends.
I mean, I couldn't.
Maybe, but
we couldn't do anything if we didn't have friends and family. I don't think that's the point. My point is, if you want to do something, if you want, like, using the Montreal for example, right? If I was that dude, I would have went about it a little bit differently by learning French. And
totally. Yeah,
taking a year to research it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not going to set yourself up for a disaster. You know?
But if you actually want to move to California and start a weed business, it's not by any means impossible. Like, you can literally do anything you want in life, and that's so cliche, but it's like the truest shit ever. Like,
ever. You just have to be either willing to learn or already know your shit.
And you have to realize it's never what you thought it was. Like, starting a weed business, you're not going to be like sitting over here smoking with Snoop Dogg, and like, it's not a glorified thing. You're going to have to learn about business. You're going to have to learn about how to do things properly, and the fucking all the things that come with that shit. You're going to have to learn.
You bust your fucking balls.
And it
bust your balls.
Yeah.
With anything too. Bust your fucking balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and what I've noticed too across any kind of industry that you can make it big in, when you're handed success, it doesn't translate to a long-term career or a long-term stability at all. I mean, you think about like any YouTuber that I know that's been in the game for a while, that's still doing it, that's had like success, they have literally poured every fucking part of their whole being into that fucking shit. You know? And the same thing, like, you know, like the one guy that we know that's in the weed business that's crushing it. The only guy that we know that's crushing it in the weed industry. He has literally doubled down every single time he's got an opportunity to double down. Now, also, this guy is also, strangely enough, the smartest guy, one of the smartest guys that I know, and also the craziest guy that I know. So it's weird. You gotta be crazy enough to do it. You got to be smart enough to be able to fucking maneuver through it.
It's not weird.
And you got to have
not
this
weird.
stick-to-itiveness.
It's not weird. It's not weird at all. If you have the drive and you actually want to do some shit, you'll get there. You know? But you will. Straight up.
Just like the Savage Gordon album. We had a vision. We stuck through it. We did the album. It turned out amazing. We got some wigs. Even better. Booyah shaka.
Yeah.
See it, believe it. What is this?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's real shit, man. I mean, and that's what I mean with all this woo-woo fucking crazy spiritual, like using The Secret and all this other bullshit that people shit on for years and years. You know, you can fucking do anything, man. You can do anything. And it's crazy when you realize that. And you just realize that you need to focus on it and work hard at it, and that's the secret, you know. Is the focus and the work.
Then after you get to that point, to ascend to the next level, you have to kill a child for the Illuminati, and then you have to.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience, man, like the next level is you get there and it's not what you thought. You know what I mean? You get there and you achieve your goal and it's not what you thought. And you could apply that to fucking anything. If you want to run a half marathon, you're going to finish the marathon and be like, oh shit, man. Like I thought I was going to be A, B, and C, you know, but it's actually like this. This is crazy. It's going to be different than you envisioned it, but you're still going to achieve the goal. And once you're there, then as humans, we're always trying to further ourselves. So you run the half marathon, you're like, shit, you know what? I should keep training, and you know what I mean? Or, you know, it'll hit you to start a muffin pastry company because you hate running that much. Like whatever it is, it's going to like send you on a trajectory to the next plane of what you're trying to do with your life. And that's how we are as humans. Yeah. You know? So it's crazy, bruh. It's crazy.
So as a human being, what are you trying to do right now? Are you trying to eat some food, or what's going on? What are you going to do?
Are you being like funny, or are you actually mean like, what am I trying to do next?
I'm fucking hungry, dude. No, I'm just trying to say like, I'm just hungry.
I literally talked to you earlier today when you were driving home, and you said you were so fucking hungry. You're like, I was so hungry. Yeah.
I had a salad.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a very good salad.
Yo, that's the last thing that we can talk about is like, I was with Leo all day yesterday, right? And I've been eating super fucking
piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I love Leo. But I was with him like all day. We went and picked up this RV in Bakersfield. It was like a 12, 14-hour day. It was a long ass day. And we were driving a lot. And up until that point, I'd been eating really fucking good. Like really clean, like vegetables all the time, and like, you know, not eating cookies, proteins, like making those date cookies and shit, like drinking water. I was healthy as fuck, and I was feeling great. I was with Leo yesterday. We had a burrito. I had a 2 Diet Cokes and a regular Coke, and then I went to their house and had dinner where I was like eating, you know, but it wasn't like insanely unhealthy, but I had like 2 dinner rolls with butter and like just, you know, not the healthiest shit. So I wake up this morning with a fucking hangover from hell from eating bad and putting bad shit in my body, dude. I went and exercised today. It was so difficult. I've fucking have been in a brain fog all day. It's crazy how that shit affects your brain, dude. It's so crazy. It's not just like your physical, like, oh, I'm going to get fat or I'm going to be out of shape or whoop-diddy-woo. It's like, man, that shit affects your conscious thought, dude. It's wild. It's fucking wild. So I'm on team spinach wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, dude, I feel you, man. It's like on my birthday. I told you I got sick. I got sick because I ate so much
You
sugar.
did? You didn't tell me
Yeah,
that.
man.
You didn't tell
Yeah,
me that.
because we went and got Foster Freeze.
Yo, I got sick. Yo, wait, what happened?
I felt so I had so I haven't had sugar for I haven't had like that kind of sugar, like any cakes or any kind of like hardcore sweets. None of it. I haven't had any in a year and a half. None. And then on my birthday, I decided, okay, cool. I want cake and I want fucking ice cream. So I made the cake, ate a slice of cake earlier, had dinner, ate another slice of cake, and then had that ice cream. And the rest of the fucking night, I laid on the couch feeling like I wanted to fucking die.
Me too.
My stomach hurt so bad.
Me too. And then the next morning,
Yeah.
I played tennis. Right?
Oh my God.
Felt terrible, but I
Yeah.
did it, and I played tennis for like 2 hours. And that was the day. Later that day, right after tennis, is when I had that terrible migraine, and then
Yes.
I got fucked up for like a week after that.
Yeah, I could see that because you also have you get an allergic reaction to eating sugar.
Because my sugar levels were probably like this, and then they dipped, and then I mean, I don't really know what happened, dude. I just know I had a migraine and I had a brain
Yes.
fog where like I couldn't even send a text message for a week. It was crazy. Like I had to, if I was sending a
I felt like
text, I was like thinking about it so hard to type out a paragraph.
oh, and you ate because earlier on that day, well, for dinner, you ate, which I was hella surprised. You had that fucking fried chicken sandwich and fries and ate it all. I was like, this
Yeah.
is so not
Yeah.
wood at all.
It's
Fuck.
terrible. It's terrible poison, dude.
That was brutal.
It's all terrible fucking poison. I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna move to the middle. No, you're never gonna hear from Woody again, dude. I'm gonna eat carrots on an island. You know? And just my third eye's gonna be fucking activated, bro. I'm out.
What if what if the carrots don't grow on the island? You're just gonna have to eat coconuts all the time. That sounds
Seaweed.
like pretty
I'll
good.
just survive on seaweed and kelp.
You know, seaweed, smoke it, and start a
Roasted
riot.
kelp. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. I'm just like
No, you could be like the fruitarian.
I'm waking up, Ross.
Mangoes.
I'm waking up, dude. I'm waking up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's good, man. Personal growth is great.
It is.
It's a good thing. And yeah, dude, we gotta work on this new album and ascend once more.